Today on Running to Him, leadership is a developed skill that begins by being a servant. To get the best out of your men, they must feel that you are their real leader and must know that they can depend on you. That was General of the Armies, John J. Pershing. Now, if you're joining us in going through the books of Ezra, Nehemiah, and Esther, today's reading is Nehemiah chapter 5, verses 14 through 19, and I encourage you to read that passage. Well, Nehemiah 5, verses 14 through 16 says this: Moreover, from the day I was appointed to be their governor in the land of Judah, from the 20th year to the 32nd year of King Artaxerxes, for the 12 years, neither I nor my kinsmen have eaten the government's food allowance. But the former governors who were before me laid burdens on the people, and took them from their bread and wine, besides 40 shekels of silver. Even their servants domineered the people. But I did not do so because of the fear of God. I also applied myself to the work on this wall, and we did not buy any land, and all my servants were gathered there for the work. Good leaders put the needs of those under them first. Leaders are servants first, bosses second. General Dwight Eisenhower, who was General of the Army and President of the United States, wrote this: "You don't lead by hitting people over the head. That's assault, not leadership." Leadership is an art. Some lead by virtue of the office. I'm your boss, and you're going to do it my way. Some lead by begging. They might say, "Come on, guys, we need to get this done." Some lead by yelling. And that way you think, hey, listen, if you'll just stop yelling, I'll do it. And some lead by intimidation. Do you know what I can do to you if you don't do this or that? But real leadership is shown through being a person who cares and causes people to follow you because of who you are. Now, British Field Marshal Sir William Slim, he commanded the British 14th Army in Burma during the Second World War, said this: I tell you all as officers that you will not eat, sleep, smoke, sit down, or lie down until your soldiers have had a chance to do these things. If you hold to this, they will follow you to the ends of the earth. If you do not, they will break in front of you and in your regiments. Quite simply, you put the needs of your troops ahead of your own with every chance you get. As a platoon leader, I have the simple rule in the field: no squad leader could eat until all of his soldiers had eaten. The platoon sergeant could not eat until all of the squad leaders had eaten. And I could not eat until all of the platoon sergeants had eaten. On the surface, it appears a minor gesture, but to the soldiers, it cements the bond between the leader and those led. Spare no effort to praise and reward soldiers for outstanding performance. It costs nothing and gains everything. Help them solve their problems, and you will earn their loyalty. Remember, soldiers are smart and can smell a phony a mile away. Get to know the soldiers in your platoon, and after 3 months, you should know their names, the names of their family members, and hometowns, and any unique problems with which you can help. Showcase your good soldiers to the company and battalion commanders. This way, when it comes time to approve their awards, they will remember the soldiers and approve them. If you take good care of your soldiers, they will take care of you. All of us are leaders. You're a leader in your family. When you bring someone to Christ, you are that person's leader. If you're a Sunday school teacher, you are a leader, and the list goes on. It is when we put ourselves first that we fail as a leader. Nehemiah knew how to lead. He knew his people's needs and their problems. He knew that if he worked with them on the wall, they would follow him anywhere. Now, many of us have one or two or more misunderstandings about leadership. The first is that if you leave a person alone with a task, he or she will instinctively accomplish that task. Most of the time, all this produces is failure. The second part of a misconception of leadership is that you must review everything before a job is done. Someone who leads that way only accomplishes the maximum that he or she can do, not what that other person can do. Leadership is a relationship. Leadership is infectious. Leadership gets the job done because those under you desire to get the job done because of who you are. Thank you for listening. We pray that today's devotion was meaningful to you. We would love to hear from you. If you listen to us on Facebook or YouTube, please like, subscribe, share, and tell others about us. You can always email us at phineasjacobus@runningtohim.net.